Good morning and welcome to How to Create an Email Marketing Campaign in 15 Minutes. Mhm. So I'm Dixie, my co-host is Katrine, and we're from Easy Marketing. This workshop is part of our email marketing series. And before we get started, we want to do just a quick 30-second poll to find out what kind of email marketing services you might currently be using. So just a few seconds here, let us know if you're using Constant Contact, maybe something else, or if you're not currently doing email marketing, that's really helpful for us to know too. And if you're using a different provider, let us know in the comments what that is. We'd love to know what everyone out there is doing.
Yeah, and I'm doing a live presentation later on in today, and it's going to help me to know if you're using it or not. Yes.
Absolutely. Looks like we got about 50%. So thank you for participating in that. So as I said, this is part of our email marketing series. So if you've missed some of the previous topics here, you can find those on our YouTube channel. But today, this is all self-contained. So you're right on time. And we do invite you back for the rest of the series that you see here. All of our workshops are free, and we're here live every other Wednesday at 10 Eastern. Easy Marketing is located in Northeast Florida with clients throughout the US and abroad. We specialize in website design and maintenance, email marketing that we're talking about today, social media, and graphic design, and we're also a certified constant contact partner. Our presentation is just 20 minutes today, and we hope you can stay to the end. And if you do, you're going to be entered to win a free consultation for your business or organization. So look out for the follow-up email. I will draw that live. We know your time is short, so let's dig right into creating your first email campaign. So we called this create it in 15 minutes or less because that's how long it's going to take you to create your campaign. It's going to take us a little bit longer to explain it to you, but we know that with these tips that you can get that first one done in 15 minutes or less. So let's talk about first impressions. They matter. When someone opens your emails, they're just going to give it like a 2-second glance and decide right then whether to read on or to delete. When they see what they see there is going to determine what they do next. So maybe you want them to visit your website, register for an event, donate to your nonprofit, or try a new product. This is where a professional looking email designed to drive action is going to be crucial. So let's compare a couple emails based on first impressions alone. Here we're going to look at the difference between a regular email that you might send from Gmail or Outlook or Yahoo to one sent through an email service provider like Constant Contact. So let's look at the differences. Which one do you think looks better? The email on the right clearly has a more professional, polished appearance, which ultimately is going to get more people to read it and get you closer to achieving your goals. So let's talk about why the email on the left is not doing your marketing any justice and why the one on the right is worth its return on investment. So why should you use an email service provider? There are a bunch of different reasons, but basically they're going to help you get your message in front of more people. It's obviously going to look good, which is important in this society where people make split decisions. It's going to be tied back to your templates and your branding so that your social, your website, and your email all have a consistent look. It's very important that it's going to be optimized for mobile. Have you ever gotten something on your email and you just can't read it? It's too wide or it scrolls on forever. You want it to be mobile friendly. It's going to follow the law so that you're not going to get in trouble for spamming people and end up in the spam folder. It's going to be done quickly. This is, like I said, it's 15 minutes is all we need to spend. Um, you're also going to have list management. And in other workshops, we've talked about the importance of not sending the same thing to everyone all the time. This is going to help you really target your customers. You can track your success in real time using statistics and reports. And we're here to make it simple. If you use Constant Contact and follow these tools, you can do your email marketing, your social media, all those things all in one place. So email marketing allows you to reach your customers or members where they are, and that includes on their mobile phone. 77% of Americans own a smartphone, and as much as 56% of emails are opened on the mobile device. So not everyone's sitting at their desktop doing that. Reading this email on a mobile phone would be almost impossible. Plus, this email takes a long time to create, so it'd be hard to send on a consistent basis. Instead, we recommend, let me go back one, that you start out by creating a reusable master template that looks more like this. It's the design is simple, it's mobile responsive to look great on any device. To set it up the first time is going to require a little bit of time and work up front, but then it's going to help you create emails more quickly as you go. You're going to set up that master template once to match your branding and your social media. And it's going to have everything you need in there, like your contact information, and that stays there and it's consistent across all your emails. Then when you're ready to create an email campaign, you just make a copy of it and add the unique content for that day. Using a master template is going to make it easy for you to get your email marketing out the door and look great when we know you have many other hats to wear for your business. Mhm. Katrine?
Yeah, and one of the things there, it's called the Can Spam Act, and it is important to know that if you're going to send out promotional material of any kind to a large group of people, you need to use a service such as Constant Contact, where people are able to sign up and unsubscribe to your emails. Of course, this doesn't go for if you are a group of a committee and you send a message to everyone in the committee. That's not what we are talking about. We're talking about sending promotional, information to, I would say, more than 25 people. And because what's going to happen is that you are going to be closed down. The people that are not the people, but the organizations or softwares like Gmail and Outlook and those, they are not reading, but kind of scanning your emails. And if they see that you constantly are sending out a lot of emails from your email address, they might close you down. So that's one of the reasons why you need an email marketing software such as Constant Contact.
Absolutely.
And here are just two of the biggest one, Gmail and Outlook, and what they are saying regarding spam. You can look at that later on.
Thank you, Katrine. So let's talk about 7 essential elements of designing an email. So they are the header information and the pre-header text so that your readers are enticed to open your email. That is so critical. Then you need a branded logo and colors to keep it consistent, an image to connect the readers to the message body. So this is the text that provides the details that you want people to do. Then the call to action, so what you specifically want them to buy, donate, register. And finally, the footer information, which allows them to get in touch with you. And we have a handout that contains all the email design checklist and all these 7 design elements that you need to successfully set up your campaign. We're going to send you that later today in your follow-up email, so be looking for that. So when it comes to content, it's important to keep it simple. In order to inspire your readers to take action, you've got to keep your emails short and sweet. So when you copy that reusable master template we've been talking about, then you only need to add a picture, a paragraph worth of information, and your call to action. That is it. Mhm. Now you're going to be ready to create that reusable master template that you can use over and over again. Mhm. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Katrine. Let me make you the presenter, Katrine, and let her give us a live demo of so we can see that in action. Take it away, Katrine.
Yes. And can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So what I have done here is I have logged into Constant Contact, and this is kind of the landing page. And today, if you've been with me before, you know that I'm liking to run this example of a barbecue place that is called Jack's Backyard Barbecue. And we are about to create our first email. And that email is also going to be a template. So we're going to set it up so we can reuse it with different content, depending on what we are sending out. So this is what we start with. I have the logo and I have a couple of images. So logging into Constant Contact, we're going to click on Create. And Constant Contact offers a lot, as you can see, but today we are looking at emails. And we're going to get a list of templates where we could start. There are first a few basic ones, and then there are lots and lots of templates that we can use as a starting point. And yeah, there are just too many for us to look at. So I'm just going to go in and look at restaurant. I'm going to see if there is anything in here that will kind of work and fit with my logo and my colors. So I'm looking here, this one doesn't work. This is not really. And then I see this one. Ah, that would probably work. So we are picking the one we like the most. And of course, we need to change out the logo that they have in here that's called buddies, and then the image they have. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. I could do a couple of small changes. So the very first thing we want to do is we want to put in our logo. And in order to, so we're going to simply delete what they have here. Oh, and that was the image, wasn't it? So I could click on undo. So I'm going to, there is already one here, but I'm just going to simply delete that. And I'm going to grab the image sign here, and I am uploading a blank box. And I'm going to replace this placeholder with an image. So now I need to upload what I have on my computer in my folder. I'm going to drag that here. I need to upload that to my Constant Contact account, because of course no one can see an image that is on your computer. It needs to be in your account in Constant Contact. So we are going to go in here and we are going to upload a file. I'm just simply dragging and dropping that image in here. Say done, and I'm going to say insert, and here I have my logo. The next thing I want to do is to make sure that the information further down in my email is correct, and to save a little bit of time, I have already I have another document here where I have everything saved, but this is just like an email where you will go in and remove text, and then you can paste whatever you had. So you would type this in here. I happen to have it in a Word document. So now we have the footer with the basic information, and of course this part you will not change depending. You will not change. That is part of the template. And then you might have a social media. And these are the social media buttons. You can go in here, you can go in and edit, and you can say that you don't have a Pinterest, but you have a Facebook and then a Twitter account, or you have another one, you can go in and add those. There are lots of options. So if you have, for example, a YouTube, you can go in and add them, and of course add the links to it. And so the basic part of the template is really done. The one thing you really want to do is to have a link to your website. So if this is your website, you want to go in and copy that link, click on the logo, click on link, and say webline. And here is where you are pasting a link to your website. And with this, we have actually now created a template. If you want to use some small tweaks to it, we are going to look at those tweaks next week. Because if we want to change the color here from this red to the orange, those are tiny small tweaks we can do, and we will take a look at that next week. But in reality, you are really done here with the only thing you're going to change out each week would be the images and the text and your call to action. And with this, I will mark this. I will give this a campaign name, and in this way, I'm going to call this template. And then I call it sales special. Okay. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to go in and check it in my preview to make sure it looks good, both in desktop and in mobile. And then I will also send myself a copy to make sure that this template is going to work. And then when you are done, you can go out, and this is saved. You don't need to send it. You're just sending yourself a preview. What we have here is a template. So let's say I want to send my first email that is going to be a introduction to St. Louis pork basket. You will simply go in and take this, and you will make a copy. And it's pulling up the template, and you are going to give this a name now. And this is your name, but we will probably say that July 2022. Okay. So now comes the time when you are going to go in and change the content. So if you have different content, for example, I'm not going to go in and change the image, but we could have different text in here that I just created and copied. And if I also change the image and the link, now we have an email ready to go out. And then you save this and you send it out. And next week, you take the template and you make a copy of it and you send out a different message. So that's how you can make a template in 15 minutes or less.
Thank you, Katrine. All right. Well, we invite you back for round 2 in a couple weeks, where we're going to show you how to take the things that you've learned today and take it to the next level. So I want you to go and give this a try, and then join us back for that. And then we can show you other elements to make it stand out even more. So if you look for that follow-up later today, you're going to have the registration button for part 2. And just a little bit about Constant Contact, which is the demo that Katrine used. They were ranked the best email marketing service of 2021. We've been using them for decades and recommend them to all of our small business and nonprofit clients. So if you're not currently using Constant Contact and you'd like to give it a try, you can use this link and enter the passcode partner30 for 30% off your first 3 months. In addition, Katrine and I are going to help start your campaign by creating your first email template for you. So we'd love for you to give it a try.
Yeah.
And
So
with that,
Yeah, so if you haven't used Constant Contact before, take advantage of this. And when you're signed up, just send us an email and we will be ready to help you get started.
Absolutely. So we'll take your questions now. I think we have a shy audience today, Katrine.
Yes.
All right. Well, if you think of some after the presentation, we're going to give you our contact information and you can email us. We respond to every single person. So we'd love to talk to you about how it can better suit your organization. So thank you again for sticking with us. We're going to do that drawing. So look for that later today. And here is our information so you can keep in touch. Anything that you need regarding email marketing or just a consultation to point you in the right direction, we're just a call away. So thank you for joining us and we will see you again in 2 weeks.